welcome to yet another wisdom readings on Monday. Yeah, it has been a very, very long week. Last week, action packed. Quite a lot happening on WUSA Online. Definitely some nectar left, right, and center, man. It's amazing. It's amazing. Thanks to everyone that did their wisdom reading yesterday, Bongisipo, who was apparently his birthday. Great realizations there, my brother. Please do log into WUSA 108 on YouTube and on Facebook to get a recap of yesterday's reading by Bongisipo. And on Saturday, thank you to Xavier Sachi for recapping the whole week of action-packed wisdom reading, going through each and every mantra that was read during the course of last week, and also making some really good additions and realizations as well. The one that I actually can remember is how we are, not perceiving Krishna, the supreme being, as the supreme. And because of that, we are not ready, to worship him and to receive from him, and to actually understand, the kind of person that he is able to do what he likes, because he is the boss, at the end of the day. And yeah, it was quite great. And also there was also a class over the weekend which was with Agari Krishna Prabhu, His Grace, all the way from Kitanagre in Pennsylvania. That was about farm life, in Krishna consciousness, how important it is. Brother made some really nice realization, gave us some real nectar, touched a little bit on Krishna's pastimes, touched a little bit on the effects of what is happening in Kali Yuga, and how Kali Yuga is just, full of miseries and diseases, and the reason why, mainly because, the farm life is really not there, and we are not taking care of Krishna's beings, Krishna's animals, cows being his favorite, because of that, that is, one of the reasons why we're having so many miseries, so many diseases, cancers, that he mentioned, which was quite some great realizations. Today, we are carrying on with the Isopanisad, yes. And today, our reading will be coming from mantra 16. Bongisipo gave us a very good reading yesterday of mantra 15, which is very, very nice and covers quite a lot, of the aspects of the absolute truth, the Brahman, Paramatma, and the Bhagavan, which was quite very, very nice and, eye-opening about, the Supreme himself, so that we get to understand him on a better level, and get to perceive him in levels, and these levels, Prabhupada, His Divine Grace, actually elaborated on in the purport for Isopanisad 15. Please get your hands on the book if you haven't read it, if you haven't seen it. Go out, look for it, and read it yourself. There's quite a lot of nectar that is in there, and you cannot afford to miss it. Before we carry on with the Isopanisad mantra number 16, we're going to do the invocation. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. And then also do the invocation, the Ishwar invocation. Om Purnam Ada Purnam Idam Purnat Purnam Uda Shate Purnasya Purnam Adaya Purnam Eva Vashishyate. We are good to go with our mantra 16 on this beautiful Monday wisdom readings. And the mantra 16 reads as follows: Pushan Ekarshe Yama Surya Prajapatya Vyuha Rashmin Samuha Teyo Yat Te Rupam Kalyana Tamam Tat Te Pashyami Yo Shav Asau Purusha Soham Ashmi. And the synonyms are as follows: Pushan, O maintainer; Ekarshe, the primeval philosopher; Yama, the regulating principle; Surya, the destination of the Suris, great devotees; Prajapatya, the well-wisher of the Prajapatis, progenitors of mankind; Vyuha, kindly remove; Rashmin, the rays; Samuha, kindly withdraw; Tejaha, effulgence; Yat, so that; Te, your; Rupam, form; Kalyana, tamam, most auspicious; Tat, that; Te, your; Pasyami, I may see; Ya, one who is; Asau, like the sun; Asau, that; Purusha, personality of Godhead; Saha, myself; Aham, I; Asmi, am. O my Lord, O primeval philosopher, maintainer of the universe, O regulating principle, destination of the pure devotees, well-wisher of the progenitors of mankind, please remove the effulgence of your transcendental rays so that I can see your form of bliss. You are the eternal supreme personality of Godhead, like unto the sun as I am. Well, from mantra 15, I think these are the prayers that are actually to the Supreme, and these are the prayers that are performed by our authors and professors, who have put together the Vedas. And these are like really very poetic, and I feel like reading it again, because I've never read such a deep dedication to the Almighty. Oh my Lord, O primeval philosopher, maintainer of the universe, O regulating principle. Wow. Destination of the pure devotees, well-wisher of the progenitors of mankind, please remove the effulgence of your transcendental rays so that I can see your form of bliss. You are the eternal supreme personality of Godhead, like unto the sun as I am, as am I, as am I. Oh, yeah, this is quite, yeah, very poetic, I must say. Yeah, and we're going to read the purport by His Grace, His Divine Grace, Srila Prabhupada. The sun and its rays are one and the same qualitatively. Similarly, the Lord and the living entities are one and the same in quality. The sun is one, but the molecules of the sun's rays are innumerable. The sun's rays constitute part of the sun, and the sun and its rays con- conjointly constitute the complete sun. Okay. Within the sun itself resides the sun god, and similarly within the supreme spiritual planet, Goloka Vrindavana, from which the Brahma Yoti effulgent is emanating. The Lord enjoys his eternal pastimes, as verified in the Brahma Samhita. Chintamani Pragara Sadmasu Kalpa Vriksha Laksha Vertesu Surabir Abi Palayantam Lakshmi Sahasra Sata Sabrama Sevyamanam Govindam Adi Purusam Tam Aham Bhajami. I worship Govinda, the primeval Lord, the first progenitor, who is tending the cows, fulfilling all desires in abodes filled with spiritual gems, and surrounded by millions of wish fulfilling trees. He is always served with great reverence and affection by hundreds of thousands of Lakshmis, or goddesses of fortune. Wow. That is Krishna. That is Krishna in Goloka Vrindavana. Wow. So it's amazing that, there is an effulgence that is just, in the eyes of everyone, that is preventing everyone from seeing the God Himself, and it's what the prayer here is all about, for us to get to the next level in terms of, our relationship with Krishna, so that we can actually get to enjoy Him, and enjoy Him in a better way, and not to perceive Him through His effulgence, but to get closer and closer and closer to Him. The Bhagavan, um, aspect is the one that we are actually, looking for. And wow, this is amazing. The Brahma Jyoti is described in the Brahma Samhita as the rays emanating from the supreme spiritual planet Goloka Vrindavana. Just as the sun's rays emanate from the sun globe, until one surpasses and the glare of the Brahma Jyoti, one cannot receive information of the land of the Lord. Which is what I just said. The impersonalist philosophers, blinded as they are by the dazzling Brahma Jyoti, can realize neither the factual abode of the Lord nor his transcendental form. Limited by their poor fund of knowledge, such impersonalist thinkers cannot understand the all blissful transcendental form of Lord Krishna. In this prayer, therefore, Sri Isopanisad petitions the Lord to remove the effulgent rays of the Brahma Jyoti, so that the pure devotee can see his all blissful transcendental form. Wow. Yeah, by realizing the impersonal Brahma Jyoti, one experiences the auspicious aspect of the Supreme. By realizing the impersonal Brahma Jyoti, one experiences the auspicious aspect of the Supreme. And by realizing the Paramatma, or all-pervading feature of the Supreme, one experiences an even more auspicious enlightenment. But by the personality of Godhead Himself, face to face, the devotee experiences the most auspicious feature of the Supreme. Yes. Wow. Since he is addressed as the primeval philosopher and maintainer and well-wisher of the universe, the supreme truth cannot be impersonal. This is the verdict of the Sri Isopanisad. The word Pushan, maintainer, is especially significant for although the Lord maintains all beings, he specifically maintains his devotees. After surpassing the impersonal Brahmajyoti and seeing the personal aspect of the Lord and his most auspicious eternal form, the devotee realizes the absolute truth in full. I think this is, yeah, this is like now telling us, about the different aspects, and levels. I think I must carry on because this is quite intense, and the corners that you really have to know, in terms of how you can actually get closer to to the personality of Godhead, and how you can actually do that while you're still here, and understanding that, Brahmajyoti is just the effulgence, and you can get to the Paramatma. And when you get into the Paramatma, now the relationship is actually starting, and now you're starting to perceive, and the Paramatma is the the soul that is inside, the God that is within. I think that's the best explanation that I can give to a person that is coming across the word for the first time, and that is my best, description of the Paramatma. But now it carries on in his Bhagavad Sadarbha. Srila Jiva Goswami states the complete conception of the absolute truth is realized in the personality of Godhead because he is almighty and possesses full transcendental potencies. The full potency of the absolute truth is not realized in the Brahmajyoti. Wow. Yeah, so Brahmajyoti is just the effulgence. Therefore, Brahman realization is only partial realization of the personality of Godhead. Oh, learned sages, the first syllable of the word Bhagavan, there we go, has two meanings. The first one is one who fully maintains, and the second is guardian. The second syllable, ga, means guide, leader, or creator. The syllable van indicates that every being lives in him and that he also lives in every being. There we go. Bhagavan. In other words, the transcendental sound Bhagavan represents infinite knowledge, potency, energy, opulence, strength, and influence, all without a tinge of material inebriety. Wow. Yeah. So these are the realizations that, one actually goes through before they actually reach to the Bhagavan, stage where they actually can realize the maintainer, the leader, the creator. Brahmajyoti is the first one, and Paramatma, and then you go and you ascend to the Bhagavan stage. Wow. The Lord fully maintains his unalloyed devotees. and he guides them progressively on the path towards devotional perfection. As the leader of his devotees, he ultimately awards the desired result of devotional service by giving himself to them. The devotees of the Lord see the Lord eye to eye by his causeless mercy. This, thus, the Lord helps his devotees reach the supermost spiritual planet, Goloka Vrindavan. Being the creator, he can bestow all necessary qualifications upon his devotees so that they can ultimately reach him. The Lord is the cause of all causes. In other words, since there is nothing that caused him, he is the original cause. I think that is very clear. Consequently, he enjoys his own self by manifesting his own internal potencies. The external potency is not exactly manifested by him, for he expands himself as the Purushas. Wow. And it is these forms that he in these forms that he maintains the features of the material manifestations. By such expansions, he creates, maintains, and annihilates the cosmic manifestation. Wow. The Purushas. Wow. I think this is where you are talking about the Brahma, Lord Shiva, Lord Vishnu, you know, how they are part and parcel of the Supreme. And yes, and he is the one that is in charge. He is the one that actually expands himself. And that's what His Divine Grace is actually talking about, about God's ability, from his abode, Goloka Vrindavana, which is where his favorite abode, and it's been quite clear, that's where he actually enjoys himself. He has his cows there, playing his flutes. He has his cowhead boys, friends, and he is just having fun, and he never leaves. But everything is just happening around because he has the power. He's the cause of all causes. Nothing caused him. He is the cause of all causes. So Vishnu, Lord Shiva, Lord Brahma, they are all coming from him, and somehow he is the one that actually does it. Until a day where we actually can sit right next to him and ask him what he put together to actually do everything, in such a way that he is still sitting in Vrindavana, enjoying himself, and everything is just happening. It's like, wow. Yes, it's so, so, it's amazing. It's big. Wow, Wusa 108. You have no idea, my brother. This is my head is just going. It's just wow. It's so big, and Krishna is I think with the sentences that actually describe his might, he's the cause of all causes. Nothing caused him. So he is the beginning. He is the creator, and that counts for something. And here, this is just showing us, how massive. This is not even massive. This is just way beyond my conception. Thus, there is a gulf of difference between the living entity, Atma, yes, definitely, and the controlling Lord, Paramatma, the soul and the super soul. Wow. Paramatma is the controller and the Atma is the controlled. Yes. God within you that controls. Therefore, they are in different categories because the Paramatma fully cooperates with the Atma. He is known as the constant companion of the living being. Yes, that's the God. Yeah, you see, I was not really far off. So he is your companion. He is always with you, and he finds ways to, spend time with. Yeah, he loves us, and there is nothing that proves that more than him being present, you know, and being with you all every step of the way. You hit this material manifestation, he's there with you, present right now. And that realization is brought by chanting, you know, service to Krishna, prasadam, kirtan, you know, all of these are fun activities that bring you closer to God. um I was listening to his grace, Kadamba Kanana. He was talking about, you know, coming to Krishna consciousness is like fun from the first day. That's true. That is so true. And, um, I think the one rule that one must give themselves is to have fun in serving Krishna, you know, and that is the biggest rule that one must actually partake and make sure that you know it's one they live by. Have fun chanting, have fun offering food to Krishna, prasadam, have fun having kirtan all every day, 3 times a day, in the morning, during the day, at night. Just have a lot of fun. And all of these aspects just bring themselves closer to you. And your perception of the Almighty just becomes better and better and better and better, you know, each and every time. Where am I? The all pervading feature of the Lord, which exists in all circumstances of waking and sleeping, as well as potential states, and from which the Jiva Shakti, living force, is generated as both conditioned and liberated souls, is known as Brahman. Yes, since the Lord is the origin of both Paramatma and Brahman, he is the origin of all living entities and all else that exist. One who knows this engages himself at once in the devotional service of the Lord. Such a pure and fully cognizant devotee of the Lord is fully attached to him in the heart and soul. And whenever such a devotee assembles with similar devotees, they have no engagement but the glorification of the Lord's transcendental activities. Those who are not as perfect as the pure devotee, namely those who have realized only the Brahman or Paramatma features of the Lord, cannot appreciate the activities of the perfect devotees. The Lord always helps the pure devotees by imparting necessary knowledge within their hearts. And thus, out of his special favor, he dissipates all kinds of all the darkness of ignorance, dissipates it. The speculative philosophers and yogis cannot imagine this because they more or less depend on their own strength, as stated in the Katha Upanishad. The Lord can be known only by those whom he favors and not by anyone else. Such special favors are bestowed upon his pure devotees only. Sri Isopanisad thus points to the favor of the Lord, which is beyond the purview of the Brahma Jyoti. Oh, is that it? Jeez, we ran a little bit over time, but yay! Wow, we have to go beyond the Brahma Yoti vision, you know, um, seeing beyond the effulgence and seeing the sun god, seeing beyond the rays of the sun. That's the example that His Divine Grace, Srila Prabhupada, is actually saying, is giving here, you know. And for the minute that we realize the Bhagavan, you know, it goes very deep. We become better. So beautiful. It goes very deep into the heart and soul. Hope the Lord showers the grace and all of us. Hare Krishna, Julie Ruth Wasserman. I'm sure I said your surname right. Thank you for joining us. And yeah, wow, it's a prayer. We are also being blessed by this wisdom that we are getting from the Sri Isopanisad, and it brings such a big realization, you know, and the difference between the personal aspect and the impersonal aspect of God in such a way that we start understanding. And it was right. Okay, thank you. Thank you, thank you for joining us. Yeah, and we start perceiving the Lord in the right ways and start seeing him in the right ways, and in this way, you know, our relationship becomes so much better. You know, Savisachi Prabhu was actually talking about how Johannesburg was not prepared for the amount of rain that we got over the weekend, is because, you know, it also boils down to our perception, you know, of God himself, what he's capable of. And if we are not really, we cannot perceive God, we will never be ready. We will never be ready to worship him. We will never be ready to receive from him. And because he's got all the six opulences, he's got knowledge, and if we do not learn from him, there is no way that we can perceive him, and we can be able to even, you know, receive him and receive his gifts, you know. It's amazing. Hare Krishna Prabhu, if you could share one transcendental activity with Lord Krishna or any of his expressions, what would it be? Yay! His Grace Agari Krishna yesterday was talking about the Krishna book, and he was talking about a pastime where he was with his cowhead boys, his friends, and they were stopping by to have some snacks. And he was having a fruit salad with yogurt and everything. And apparently he was sharing it with everyone. That's I would like to be one of those guys in the mix. That would be one of the pastimes I would really love to share with uh love the enthusiasm. Thank you, Itumeleng. Thank you. Please join Itumeleng on Wednesday when I think she will be finishing it off, finishing it off in style. Yes, yes. Very, very nice. Hare Krishna Prabhu, wonderful reading and sharing of realizations. Thank you. The energy is amazing. It's Monday. Thank you, Nomsa Kwajana. She's coming in tomorrow. Check her out. She's gonna be right here and giving us more about the prayers. The prayers are just amazing and poetic. When they just make you realize that the people that have served Krishna by bringing the Vedas together have got so much love. Good reading, brother. Give thanks. Thank you, Narottam Das. Wow. Uh, Definitely, I am coming, brother. Come on, Skral, we are coming, bro. We love your work, man. And yes, please send our regards to all our God brothers in Hamaskral and keep spreading the word. Krishna consciousness is the life. I think this is where we stop it. And oh God, you people are also full of love and happy wish and happy. Wish more people could join your group. Yes, chant and be happy. We chant and and this is His mercy, His divine grace, Srila Prabhupada, who has shared this beautiful gift of Krishna consciousness to the world, to everyone, so that everyone can survive Kali Yuga, with God in their mind, and have the right perception of God and get the right knowledge of God so that they can always chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, and be happy. Um, you will get better, with how you perceive God and how you relate to God, just by chanting and by doing everything in remembrance of Him. So with that, we'd like to close today's program of wisdom readings. Please, Wusa Online, check out all the classes. Agari Krishna Das was amazing yesterday. There are more classes that you can actually delve into that were in the past that speak about, a variety of topics, the relationships, within Krishna consciousness. Everything is there in Krishna consciousness. It's not it's not something that does not promote living. There is living within Krishna consciousness, and the living is transcendental. And like His Grace Kadamba Kanana said, the benefits are eternal. The benefit is eternal. It's like when you're having a kirtan, the benefit is eternal. It's different from having just a party where you are hung over and you're worried about your money. No, 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 no. Krishna party, eternal benefits. With that, thank you for joining us. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Till next time. Thank you.
My name is Peggy Matambo from Swaziland. Really, I've been reading the book from Prabhu, The Life Comes to Life, and the Science of Self-Realization. The Science of Self-Realization is one of the most important books that I wish everyone in the world can learn it, really can go through that book. That book opens my mind, goes really who I am. If I say this is my hand, what do I mean? This is my head, what do I mean? And those questions also, it is being answered through the self-realization. I was able to realize myself, which really, if I say me and myself, me as the body and the self as the original self, as the incarnation of God real, as the incarnation of Krishna. For me, Hare Krishna is one of the most important knowledge that is more powerful than any education you can get from a university or any highest school that we can mention, really. And I give thanks to all the Hare Krishna people who have been taking Hare Krishna all over the world. I say Haribu, Hare Krishna, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Rama Hare.